Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Long Live the Queen. So here we are. We're Elodie. We look constipated. We're freaking out. Don't know what to say for sure about this face since last time I saw it. Pressured face looks a little bit wonky, but you know, what can we say about that? We actually, unfortunately, as we discussed before as well, we don't really want to be pressured. The bonuses that we get for it are ones that I am not too keen on. Just faith and athletics. That awful for what we're working on, because I don't want either of those. Who knows, running, climbing, and swimming could be very important in any life or death situation. Or many, not necessarily any. But I say a pox upon those, we're not gonna care about that. So what we'll probably aim for in this episode is yielding? Because it was willful that we didn't want to be at before. We were unsure about yielding. So we'll probably... It'll take 2 days to max out yielding once again. But if we attend court, that'll give +2 to yielding, also +1 to pressure, but then do that once again and then yielding will be higher than pressure. Well, actually they'll be equal, but since yielding is closer to the left, that one will be maxed out first. So then question of the hour, or question of the moment, is what do we want to do right now? Definitely lumen skills, working on our magic and stuff like that. Last time we attended the ball and we did pretty damn awful all around. So... maybe I'll put one more, maybe for today we'll work on our lumen skills. I'll put one more to dogs to try to make sure our poison sniffing dogs will be able to get past any of those checks. Or I could do our economic stuff. I don't know. Let's just do dogs and work on our lumen skills once again. That should be perfectly fine for today. So animal handling, dogs, bada bing, bada boom. That should be perfectly fine. 60. You roam around the castle and grounds with your dog, letting him learn his way while he becomes accustomed to the sights, smells, and sounds of the castle inhabitants. 70. You begin training your dog to follow simple commands, such as following or staying in place. 20. You practice using small amounts of magic and feeling the power outside of yourself. You wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events in the domain. Uh-oh! Is this the mistress? That would be sad for Elodie. Yep. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you don't realize your father isn't alone until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. Siren. How's it going, lady? You are too kind, Jocelyn! Countess Cyrene, not a member of your circles. She's a bit more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old, as noblewomen go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. Composure failed. Yeah, that's not a surprise. How dare she make a move on your father? Shame her with a silent scorn, insult her with false flattery, or trip her as she passes. Once again, that might be a little bit too aggressive. We have like no skills in the false flattery, so why don't we just shame her? I would guess that shaming her would also be the least bad of all of these. Insulting her might be considered worse than shaming. Or vice versa, I don't know. I think trip is obviously the worst, but let's shame her with a silent scorn. You meet her eyes and imagine your mother's disapproving presence behind you. Oh, presence failed. She notices your stare, but only smiles at you ever so sweetly. Oh, darling Elodie, I hope you have been well. Fine. Perhaps we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. She gives a little wave and exits. Once she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. Don't give me that look, young lady. She's a nice woman. Nothing more. She wants something more. And it's not going to happen anytime soon. You should be careful how you deal with people like Cyrene. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. There haven't been any problems so far. Many dark looks were aimed your way at the gala. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. Intrigue failed. I am paying attention to what's around me. Yeah! So far, from the look of things, I think things are... From the looks of things, I think we are in a bit of a worse spot than we were last time, to be sure, so... Who knows, hopefully things will work out for Elodie, but we might be in a bit of a pickle in the future. How are our stats? Okay. Looks like once again we're gonna continue working on yielding, so pressure is going to be the max for the next day. Not best, but what we have to manage with for the time being, I suppose. So let's double check our skills. What will we work on today? Dogs is over 75. So I think we could say goodbye to that. I don't think we need to get any higher. That should be perfectly fine for at least passing the poison test, I would hope. So... Our royal demeanor and conversation are so bad. I honestly, at this point, might want to work on military. Because I got a feeling that war is coming, and there's nothing we could do about it at this point. With all those bad looks we apparently got. We could also work on weaponry, or maybe actually start focusing on reflexes. Basically, at this point, I think I might want to say goodbye to the social skills. They're nice and all very, very helpful, but I think these are early game things. I think you work on those early game to make sure that you're the smallest amount of people as possible will be mad at you towards the late game. I think we failed that. I think we're past that. I think we need to try to keep Elodie as safe as humanly possible. And a great way of doing that would be making her well-equipped on her own, whether or not that's defensive, going for like reflexes, or offensive, being in regards to her weaponry skills. So let's see. I honestly also might want to keep on working on economics, intrigue, or history, though, because those, I think those could still be very helpful at this point in the game as well. And of course, medicine. Battlefield medicine would be very important. But what do we want to prioritize? We'll continue our Lumen skills because, you know, that's what I love to do. So let's do Lumen skills, maybe do... This is the real pickle here. Let's go ahead and put some into reflexes. I don't know. Hopefully that will be useful. The reason that I'm thinking of that is because No, angry is what works towards our military skills, I think. What did yielding do? Can't remember. I don't know. Hopefully we could also work towards... We'll do yielding tomorrow, but maybe we could also work towards bringing our angry trait up, because I believe that was military. I'm pretty sure that's what boosted military, maybe even weapons as well. Or No, athletics is our current buff, so probably didn't buff athletics. Oh, well, let's just stick with this. I think this should be fine for now. 10. Your teacher walks around you, prodding a finger at you slowly in order to train you in blocking those touches without triggering fear or faster breathing. 30. Your mentor summons up magical energies to strike the nearby ground so that you can learn to sense someone else's spells in use. That would have been so useful at the ball, I'm sure. It is the time of year to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. The majority of the money we receive is already spoken for, but there is always some room for discretion. Nice, okay. That's what I was really rooting for. Based on the records and notes of current expenditures, if you maintain the current rate of tax, you will still have 1,995 gold lassie and 49 silver tillassie available for special projects. Only thing, I don't know if that's a lot. 1,995 and 49. It sounds like a lot. let's hope that we get, like, some more insight on this right here. If you lower taxes, you will lose some of that money because it will go to pay your existing costs. If you raise taxes, you should have more. Oh, come on! That did not say... Oh, God. Well, I guess we're gonna keep them the same. I was hoping that would give me some good insight on what would be best for the kingdom, like tell me whether or not lowering taxes would hurt my country really badly. Sounded like it would do that a little from there, but what I'd be more interested in would be seeing whether or not our people would be, like, horribly against raising taxes. I mean, everyone always hates raising taxes. It's always a negative. But the difference between whether or not they would, that would be one more reason to go to war, or if it would just be a little bit of an irritation in their lives if they were well enough off. So I'm very disappointed in the information that we got from this, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and keep it the same. I think they're fine as they are. As you wish. Because it didn't say we were struggling or anything like that. It just sounded like things could be better. Hunting has no effect? That's interesting. I guess that's like saying, I don't want to change any of my traits. Let's just keep things the way they are. So we'll attend court one more time. Now we're, yielding, so that should hopefully be very good for us. That does not give us an economics boost, I'm pretty sure. Does that give... Oh, no, it gives us a history and... History and faith? I hope not. Oh, no, history and royal demeanor. Okay, that's pretty bad as well. I'll have to try to remember that if we fail this run, and do another, because I don't know if we'll do another one. You guys could tell me that. Tell me if you guys would love to, keep seeing Long Live the Queen on the channel, if we fail. If we succeed, I think we might say goodbye to Long Live the Queen, but, if we fail, I would be more than happy to go with another run, but I don't know if you guys are all excited about it, would want to see more, or, maybe you're getting a little bit tired of Long Live the Queen. Anything like that, just be sure to mention below in the comments, but if we do start another one, I'll have to remember that yielding is really, really good for the beginning, because that gives you, the royal demeanor stuff. Mainly in regards to, like, composure, elegance, and presence. I think those are really, really good. So let's see, what do we want to work on today? Oh no, our lumen skills are super negative! That's not good. That means we're getting rid of yielding as fast as possible, actually. So, probably work towards anger, get our anger stat up. Hopefully that won't be another negative for lumen as well. That's really bad. Apparently yielding also gives us a huge negative for our weapons. That's very unfortunate. Only nice thing is that we get to focus on other stuff, I suppose. So what would be good for today? Let's, I guess, put some more points into reflexes. And then how about get some of that battlefield medicine going? Since I'll want to get that done eventually. Might as well get that done now. So, agility... Oh, already did that. Medicine, battlefield medicine. That should be pretty good for us, I think. Please get over 25. Ah, it's at 24.99. That sucks. You practice with a jump rope to increase the speed of your footwork. 10. You learn that wounds, even minor ones, should be washed as soon as possible to prevent dirt from growing under the skin. Dirt from growing under the skin. That sounds horrific. My god. You are requested to stand in judgment. A man has been convicted of the murder by strangling of his wife. He does not deny the act, but requests a pardon that he might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? Save me, your majesty. Wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Everyone knows the power of magical beasts, or beasties. They used me. They twisted my fingers into chains. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me, and the chains wrapped around her. I need the priestesses to bless me and make me clean again. Sense magic, partial success! I do feel some kind of magic around him. Is it possible he's telling the truth? Alright. We can't... Who? We're not gonna execute him. Imprisoning him just led to him breaking free in the past. So it might sound a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna hope that pardoning him means that we're sending him to the priestesses. So let's go ahead and try that. I'm very sorry for your loss. The monsters are responsible, not you. Don't blame yourself. The priestess of the Royal Grove will take care of purifying you. Bless you, your majesty. Awesome! Hopefully that worked out really well for us. Obviously we don't see any major results right now, but hopefully that'll be good. I either want to get yielding back up and actually put us back into pressured, or definitely get us angry. I don't know if there's anything that would make us both angry, and nothing seems to even make us angry. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Okay, maybe we'll go full... Let's go ahead and sneak out. That'll make us cheerful, which will get it farther away from being depressed, which will be nice as well. We could put ourselves into depression, but I don't think that's gonna be best. Let's just get rid of yielding. So we're gonna go ahead and sneak out. Give it +2 willful for that. So let's see, now we're depressed, right? Yeah, we actually are depressed right now. So let's see how depressed changes everything else. Okay, I thought those were the big negatives in depressed. That actually might be okay. Animal handling has an enormous bonus now. But our lumen is back to at least being equal, so that's really what I care about most at the moment. Until we get it up to angry, or something like that. Although we don't really have any way to get our anger up. Maybe there was -2 afraids that I could have chosen, but didn't think to work on that. So let's see, could work on military, but I still kind of would like to work on other bonuses until I get that angry bonus. I am almost certain that angry increased our military, and it would make a lot of sense. So maybe we should work on... Oh, reflexes is actually 25? Maybe 24.99 actually rounds up. That would be very, very nice. We could work on flexibility, because that reflexes might actually be very important. Once again, we're definitely gonna work on our lumen skills in the least, so... Maybe we'll actually do more medicine. We could also do herbs. Let's do more battlefield medicine and lumen skills. That should be okay. Or we could work on flexibility. But we need to get our lumen stuff growing, because I care about the lumen stuff so frickin' much. So herbs and lumen and sense magic. That should be fine. 40. You close your eyes and call out when you detect your mentor casting a silent spell beside you. You learn that oil of cloves rubbed on the skin can relieve pain, particularly in teeth. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, Alice, how's it going? My lady, there was a letter for you. Who sent this? It isn't signed. It appears to be a poem, describing you in a manner that is entirely inappropriate for a queen. What? With a squid? Okay, this one again. Since we didn't really see what happened at the end, do we want to keep her innocent? Or say that's terrible? Honestly, I don't know. I'd want to keep her innocent, but I also don't want her to, like, make a fool of herself. We don't want her to make a fool of herself. She already has, like, a bad enough standing in the eye of the public, I'm sure. So let's say that's terrible. Who writes this garbage? Just then, an incredibly unlucky breeze swirls between the windows of your tower bedroom, tugging the paper out of your hands and off into the sky. An incredibly unlucky breeze. I would imagine that's gotta be some actual spell or something. You stick your head out of the window to discover the poem, caught and fluttering on the roof nearby. You can almost reach it. We're gonna ignore it, once again. We have no skills in climbing. I'm sure we'd just die. What's the worst that can happen? It blows off and someone reads it and laughs at you? That's better than breaking your neck. Besides, if you're lucky, it will rain and wash the words away. Okay, cool. We're perfectly fine. That made us a little bit angry, too, which is, very, very cool in my mind. Let's see if we have any negatives to afraid. +1 afraid, +1 afraid. Oh! -2 angry, +1 cheerful. Why does hunting make you less angry? Oh, wait. No, -2 angry brings it down. That's weird. Why does that make you less angry? I would imagine hunting would make you more, but I do remember sports made you more angry, which does make sense. Maybe it's because you're using animals to hunt as well, and spending time with the animals makes you happier or something like that. Whew, I really wish there was a -2 afraid. This is very, very sucky. We might go ahead and make ourselves willful once more. That will bring it closer to your, oh wait, no, yeah, I think we're gonna sneak out again. Bring it closer to willful. Obviously they'll also bring down pressured a little bit, so that should be good for us. Still depressed, which is unfortunate, but we'll just have to manage with that for now. Can put more towards our lumen skills. Probably swap over to resist magic for now. And, could do another battlefield medicine. That would allow us to balance out the rest of those. But is that wisest? I'm not sure. I don't see us getting the angry trait brought up anytime soon, mainly because we don't really have any things that can make us more angry. But then again, I would kind of like to bring up our reflexes, like I mentioned before, and I do know that that gives us the sports thing. So let's go ahead and actually take a class in flexibility. We'll do more agility stuff, because if we get sports unlocked, we can make ourselves angry, which will then allow us to max out the military and maybe also weapons. I think they go together, but I'm not sure. But we'll at least be able to max military like mad. So we'll go flexibility and resist magic for today. I think that should be very, very, very good for us. Lumen skills, resist magic. Awesome. 10. You learn to relax and evaluate the tension in your body, then to practice the different types of motion available to each of your joints, twisting, shifting, and rotating. 10. You increase your awareness of your own thoughts and emotions, making it more difficult for mind-affecting magic to twist your reactions. Oh, it's this part again, okay. I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan, and Duke Regent of Elith, has passed away. Here comes an intrigue failure, I'm sure. This isn't really a surprise. He was pretty old. The problem is political implications. With the control of Elith in doubt, it falls to the crown to make decisions. Young Lord Adair will not reach his 15th birthday for over 2 years. He requires a regent. His stepmother, Ares, the Duchess of Lilla, has petitioned that the boy be left in her care. This would, however, leave her in personal control of 2 neighboring duchies, which is generally forbidden. Novan history failed, yep. Almost the entire eastern border. I don't know anything really bad about her, though. The boy does have a living grandfather, the Earl of Ishtar, or you might appoint an unrelated noble to act as his steed. The Earl of Ishtar has suggested another possibility. You and Adair are both young, not too far apart in age. He requests that we accept the boy as your future husband and keep him here in the castle. We know nothing about him, though. That's interesting. It's nice to see that option come up. I guess that's the downside of agreeing to marry the dude from earlier, because then you don't get future options for that, like in this case. Like, maybe marrying him would ease some huge legal repercussions that could show up. But once again, we don't really know him at all. He could be a big old donkey dong and kind of a jerk. Could send him to our uncle, agree to marry him. I don't know, I just wish I knew a little bit about him, you know? Let's send him to his grandfather. That was the one that we did before, if I remember correctly. We could agree to marry him, though. I don't know. We already have so many negative things going on throughout the rest of the world. Maybe we should marry him. Try to, like, ease off some negative opinions with the rest of our countries. Make a few bonds here and there. Let's try it. See what happens. If Elodie gets a bad husband, I'll be very, very upset. But he's younger than us, so we should be stern and be the boss of him if that is the case. Okay, I'll marry him. At least that way I won't get stuck with an old man. That's a good point, Elodie. You can't actually marry him until he's old enough, but he will be brought here to live as your companion. Please don't be a dick. That's my only question. You can have a dick, just don't be one. Let's see. What did we want to do now? Actually, I have no idea what we wanted to do now. I was hoping that we'd get sports unlocked, but we haven't quite reached that point. I want to get angry, but there's not much we could do about that. Maybe we could see if there's a way to lower pressured. That would be nice. Negative to pressured, or an increase in loneliness. We could just sneak out again, because that would only bring willful to its 2 state. I think that would be fine. We'll still be maxed out and depressed, so hopefully that will give us enough time to to unlock sports and then focus on angry. I think that's a good plan. So yeah, we're depressed today. Everything added out the way that I thought it would? Yes, indeed. Okay. So interesting enough. Even if we do that again, we will still be maxing out depressed. So I guess that means we have 2 days to kind of function in that regard. Hopefully we'll be able to make things work out the way I want them to. And hopefully our husband won't be a big old jerkwad, or our husband-to-be. And if he is, maybe there'd be some way to back out of it. I'm sure that would actually cause some huge repercussions and maybe even, I don't think it'd be considered treason, but like, that would make other people very angry if we were like, okay, we'll marry you, but then change our minds later on. If we're the queen, that would cause some huge problems, I'm sure. So we'll have to decide what we do next time. We definitely have a lot of stuff that I still want to work on. As I've said, I'm pretty sure all 3 of these are gone to us. Could put more points into them because they are so important. But at this point, I really think we need to focus on other things. Intrigue still continues to come up like mad, which is understandable. Same with history. So I guess it would probably make some sense to focus on those. But I also still kind of feel like eventually we're going to get to the point where those aren't going to matter anymore, and we're going to be really tested for all of these checks. War could come at any moment, and I really want to get angry so we could actually be capable of fighting back against it, or defend ourselves on our own against it as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and of course we're still going to keep on focusing on our Lumen skills as well. I don't know. Whatever happens, it'll definitely be exciting, and hopefully we'll be able to make things work out well for cute little Elodie here. So anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all next time.